What's up, everyone? You know, there's nothing, and people don't get it about our rights and how important our rights are. More important than most of the shit you're putting all your... We're fighting each other based on what? Taking out babies and, you know, just dumb stuff like that. Not just that, you know, all these dumb things, what we fight each other over, left and right, and all this stuff. When the real truth is how valuable and important our rights are, as well as due process. There's nothing like being insecure in your person, right? One of your fundamental rights given to you by God. I've never been, I mean, you can say I've been insecure in some things, right? As most anybody, right? But I've never been insecure in like I am now, like freaked out and shit like that, what's gonna happen, and you know, who's watching me, and what, you know, just how bad it might go down, how safe am I. I've never felt no need, right? And now I'm taking a short travel without my dog Whiskey for a moment. I know you guys don't click out yet. I know you'll miss him, right? But we'll have him in, and I'm gonna clip this in, but to a different video. It's just how important that really is. And when you consider it like me now, I've never felt this, like, right? Until these short periods of times I have to take off somewhere without Whiskey and then that's when it's even worse. When he's with me, it's not so bad, right? But it's like, I don't know, just one of those things. But you know, so anyway, it's, you know, it's not just like insecurities for my own self, like for, you know, my buddy Whiskey too, when, you know, it's like we're too, right, whatever, it's just, you know, so now, just like your child, you know, you worry about what's happened, even though it's only a little bit of time, but this is, it's just, it sucks right now because, you know, I had all the shit, had no reason to worry, and I was doing it right, and I was doing, you know, wasn't scamming nobody, wasn't, the fact of the matter is, I could have chose one hell of a, and I would have been good at it because whatever. That's more stuff we get into later, right? But so, it's just, you know, our rights, they're so damn important, and without them, you know, this is how it is without them. But I assure you, write me in when I'm sheriff. It won't be like that. The people be fucking driving around worried about being paranoid and stuff. You know who they be? Lawyers, judges, politicians, and real, actual criminals. But, you know, it's just a shame. We have people just don't even, our words are oaths. You know, we as people, it's, you know, we can blame that, it's, these people lean towards being some kind of official, right? Cops especially, right? But, you know, oath breakers. And because our words are oaths, and we make oaths all the time amongst each other, and we break them all of the time. And that's the truth. And it has severe consequences. That's why the world is the way it is, period. But we pay for these officials. We don't have to put up with oath breakers in that capacity. And because the damage that's left is very real. and everyone can just keep looking the other way until it happens to you, right? Wait until you're suddenly a criminal for not making any crime, and they take everything from you. Anyway, we're back to hooking up all our old phones for cameras. Obviously, because of some shit going on, I'm gonna make sure something happens, it's gonna be known, right? But just how it is, I guess, right? All this crazy shit. I get all the crazy excitement of all that life, right? With none of the riches and fame that come with it. But, you know, we really need to, it's more important, I just can't stress that enough, how important our rights are. And some of them are already gone, and this is what we don't realize, you know. But the truth is, what's anyone gonna do about it? You know, you got your hardcore 2A people, right? Gun owners, hardcore, oh, you ain't coming for our guns, you ain't coming for our guns. Yeah, they are. What are you gonna do about it? Honestly, I wanna know, what are you gonna do about it? This is because the problem is, the truth is that, you know, only some of us have it in us, right? And, you know, otherwise the majority are all talk, and that's just the truth. And, you know, you can tell by, you know, whatever, you can just tell that the truth shows through anyone that wants to see it. But the problem is, we're now living in this world where the truth ain't even anything anymore, you know? Truth is lies, and, you know, good is evil, you know, shit like that, right? Somebody lost an inner tube down there. But, I mean, you want to know the shape of this planet and the people. Anyways, just look at all the shit that just keeps getting left laying out. Trash. People that can't pick up after themselves. You know, we come through here, this park is always trashed. And, you know, eventually that leads to more government interruptions and shit like that. But, you know, I don't know. I don't want to keep beating I understand sometimes I'm all over the place. I'm trying to work on it. You know, I guess if you don't know the situation, you can't understand it, right? But by all means, anyone, I appreciate all my followers, right? And viewers. You know, I don't mean to call it followers or subscribers, viewers, you know, all of that. And, but if there's things you would like to see different in these videos, that's maybe causing a pain to watch them, by all means, let me know. Just be respectful about it, right? You know, I'm all about constructive criticism, but not blatant assholes, shit like that, right? But, you know, otherwise, I know once in a while I'm all over the place quite a bit lately. And once in a while, some of these videos, I might be repeating some things that I've already said. And that's because there's certain things I want to get out. And then, but I do a lot of recordings and a lot of them don't make the cut. I think maybe I've already said that, right? But so I do apologize for that. When things get a little bit better straightened out, some of those issues will be worked out. But the heart of the matter is our rights. You know, we take them for granted. We're so worried about, they have us divided over all these issues that don't matter. They just don't. You know, I mean, they do, but they don't, right? But at the end of the day, the truth, you know, you take, you know, you got to watch what you even say anymore. It's so ridiculous, right? So you want to tell me, you know, because we got all these people for the First Amendment, And I get it, and it's needed. The First Amendment auditors, we don't appreciate that enough. And at the same time, we don't appreciate that we need people out here doing more than just the First Amendment auditing. And truthfully, the First Amendment auditors could step up and add more to what they're doing, because it's more than just a matter, and I keep saying this, of going in and public filming and stuff like that. I mean, these are important issues, and we still got a long way to go on that. But you got certain channels. See, we're all divided. Let me get to that in a minute. But we'll get back to the rights in a minute. Let's consider all this, like the channels going on here. Because, I don't want to keep beating the drum on my situation, but that's what, is important to me. Not just, all this shit's important to me. But at the end of the day, this bullshit, right? Just whatever. But, so I get on here. And I get it, because there's certain things people want to shy away from. Oh, you got this charge, and because of that, just like the government wants to play on it, there's people that don't want to go near it. Oh, because you were charged with this, they don't want to go near it. But if you had some videos of a cop being stupid, it don't matter what other proof you show us, So all these channels that I've been subscribed to long before my shit happened, right? And a lot of them I've given, I share over social media, sometimes by word of mouth, sometimes by sending people text links, right? And always through my website for years. And then I come up with an issue, but they started hitting me and censoring me out, so my following went way down, and it's been a struggle ever since to try to get that back up. But you got all these people that they want to help each other out when they all jump on the same subject, right? We're all making videos about the same shit, okay? And so everybody's cashing in on the same video. One person makes a video, everybody talks about it, and in general, right? I'm not trying to cut down the whole thing, but I'm saying that we need to look at some other important issues there, and how to handle this, okay? Because at the moment, I don't want to call certain people out. I don't know, maybe I already have. But, it's frustrating, because I take my situation, which is 100% my rights violated, me not being a criminal. No right for law enforcement, the government, anyone to step up and interfere in my life. And these violations, they fuck you up, right? That's just the hardcore truth about it. But we want to look the other way. We want to say, oh, so-and-so's got some cop, whatever over here, and he's going to get a lawsuit because, and we're putting all that. But then you take my situation, and then they, suddenly it turns into a thing of, we're afraid to get near that because of what the charges are, so people like me are screwed because we don't see how they're taking all these issues. And once they start making a big issue about it, then they start making criminals out of nobody. And and we'll get to that. The point is, just consider this, right? Whiskey and I was running down the road, a few minutes ago, and in the vehicle, and we see a newer, it's a new one on the scene. It's the same. They changed the color just slightly. It's a state police vehicle, right? Which they stay in town all the time around here, and they've been patrolling roads that they're not supposed to. Because if you watch my video where I visited them, they told me right out, oh, we're only within the highway, shit like that. It's all lies, right? But they got these vehicles where you can't even tell what they are anymore. That's not for your rights. That's not there to protect and serve. They're hiding from you, intimidate and harass, so you don't see them, so they can catch you when you're unaware, just minding your own business, and accuse you of a crime and bust you for nonsense. That's what's going on here. It ain't right. But you take something simple like that. It's been going on for years, right? And a lot of states have unmarked cars now and shit, right? That kind of thing's been going on for years. And that's the point. A little bit of your rights were taken away way back then when that kind of shit started. Well, we looked the other way. Oh, it's not that big deal. We looked the other way, and that's the way we've been conditioned. And we don't see how much our lives are so screwed up, all of us. They've been for years now. You know, longer than I've even been on this earth. They've been here. They've been purposely creating a larger poverty class, right? Taking away the middle there, but for years, right? And now here we are. Hey, no. And we got such a mess here, and a lot of it's because we take our rights for granted. They got us looking at over here, you know, the left versus the right. Whether it's about abortion. See, you can't even say that word, really. That my video probably got nicked right there already, but probably way before that. But or gun rights, you know, they got us fighting all this. Look, your gun rights were taken away a long time ago. Technically, the Second Amendment shall not be infringed. How many times has it already been infringed? What are you doing about it? So you can see that it's only a matter of time that they're totally going to take it away. You're going to sit there and let it happen. So you can sit there and get on social media, you know, not you personally, okay, you know, there's things that hopefully people understand that, right? But, you know, in general, you're going to sit there until finally the day comes, and what? You're going to sit there on social media and say, you would come for my guns, the day would never come, you know, whatever, all this shit, right? And all this, we're fighting over abortion, over taking out babies, right? It's sick. It's sick, and that shouldn't even be a huge issue. Okay. Meanwhile, our rights are being severely taken away, severely violated, severely. And now we got all this shit going on with the weather and all this shit. We are under attack. And meanwhile, we're fighting over two or three stupid freaking things that really, at the end of the day, it don't matter. Your Republicans and Democrats are all for taking out babies. Guarantee it. Okay. It's all a sideshow, all a game they play, right? But, you know, your Republicans and Democrats are all for taking away your guns. Guarantee it. Trump gets all this credit and glory for being like pro Second Amendment, and meanwhile he's on record saying, "Oh no, screw due process. Let's get the guns, and then we'll worry about due process." Due process. Here's where I'm coming in at. Is so important. Right? When I go visit the sheriff, he says, Larry, the due process happens in court. No, it doesn't. Okay? Due process, whatever. That's if it wouldn't ended up to court if due process, right? I was screwed out of due process right off the bat. And that screwed my whole life up. You know, and there's people that just don't understand it. Wait till it happens to you. Now, on one hand, you know, there's, oh, well, just bend over and take it. Just bend over and take it. Well, that's what we've been doing for years, right? And when it comes down to a matter of you had no right to any of that stuff, it's more than just starting over, right? Than bending over and taking it. No, you don't have a right to attack our rights. And we need to stay, and I've been this way as long as anyone can remember, right? The problem is you grew me up and feeding me through this education, all our past. At that time, we was given more accurate history, right? And then went and bitched, oh, well, you know, you don't do your homework, and, you know, we don't think you're paying attention in class. But meanwhile, you don't like me because I'm fucking raising hell over certain things where you're violating rights, telling people how they have to dress in a public school and shit like that. I mean, you know, this goes way back. This way, you know, right? So don't tell me I wasn't paying attention. We want to teach you what we want you to know, but, you know, that's the past, you know, history. Your freedom is history. That's how they expect you to think about it. And that's just a fact, right? And you know, but otherwise, none of this matters without rights, okay? When the final straw of your rights is gone, you don't get to choose about taking out babies or not. You don't get to choose about owning weapons or not. You don't get to choose what free speech is, and it's already there. It's already there. Free speech has already been under attack, okay? And, you know, and that's a slippery slope because there's some things that keep getting protected as free speech. I'd be fine and dandy if they weren't there, right? But in a thing of free speech, we'll protect it. But meanwhile, other shit that should be protected isn't. I can't say certain things, right? Do certain things. and not, any one of us. And we don't want to see it. We don't want to see it how we accept, you don't have to be in my situation. It don't have to be this bad. You don't have to be violated this bad to understand it. If you want to just stop and take a look, your life is controlled by this system around you. And there's so much shit. You want to think you're free because of this and that. You'll work yourself to death in the name of freedom, right? To go, it's ass backwards, right? You'll literally work yourself to death to get these things that you think you should have in the name of freedom, which you should have, period, in the name of freedom. But you got people that come along and put a price on everything and took over this world, right? And they're making life harder and harder and taking away our rights. At the end of the day, they're led, the top of the pyramid, it's led by Satan all the way down, and people don't want to see it. That's the end goal, and here we are. It's almost all in play, and because we're gonna sit there and and this is what I'm talking about. So you got as example certain other channels, and those but meanwhile I reach out to so many of them, and nobody wants to help me get any better steam on this, right? Instead, I gotta put I'm not all. I gotta take forever to, by the time anyone finds out about this shit, fuck, I'll be dead by then, right? But not just me, but the other people in this community too. And it's your community too. It's wherever you are at. America's in trouble, right? And it's time we start giving a damn about our rights and giving a damn about our fellow people whose rights are being violated, right? It just is, okay? We gotta start fucking giving a shit. Our rights, how important is it? Due process, how important is it? Okay, nothing else matters without your rights. Those are given to you by God. What is the reason for it? Because that's the key to everything. Otherwise, you might as well be dead, because you're going to be a slave doing what somebody else forces you to do. Living the life somebody else forces you to live. Being a robot. And they're done with us, okay? So, but I got a problem with all these people that they run their mouths like, oh, you ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna do that. There's one side. Then you got the other side where, you got division among like channels similar to mine, other channels, right? Too much division. What I was getting at, there's one channel that's been in the past has said stuff like, oh, we gotta get everybody on this Terry v. Ohio. Maybe you understand already, and I'm not trying to cut them down, okay, but everybody's focus should be on this, everybody's focus should be on this. No, your focus should be on it, and my focus should be on wherever it's at, and your focus and this other guy's focus should be on what his is on. But we all come together. Yes, I agree with the Terry v. Ohio, so I'm going to unite with you, and you agree that I've been violated, so you're going to unite with me, okay, right? Why do we got to keep sharing everybody's stuff? The same, I don't mean every, of course we got, I mean, why do we gotta have 30 freaking channels making a video of the same exact incident instead of saying, hey, I'll show you a quick clip, go check out their channel because we're united, right? And but here's what I got to say about stuff, and then that same person's gonna return that favor. Here's my stuff, now you seen it, and I got bros out here helping me share this stuff. Other channels, I don't mean just men, right? But coming out here to help share this stuff. So I'm gonna also return the favor, right? We help each other build our thing, and it's a community that should stick together, but it's not. And it's people, for the views and for every other reason, they're dogging each other, cutting each other down, making things harder for each other, because I want all the credit, I want all the views, and stuff like that, instead of sticking together. So instead, now we got like I said, 30 or more channels, right, all making videos about the one same thing. Instead of saying, like I try to do, I get on here and I show you clips of somebody's video, go check out their stuff. They got more content like that, but then I reach out to these people, hey, I need help getting some traction on this stuff. Crickets, right? Oh, you can't help share my shit, right? You can't help spread my word, right? Well, because I'm over here fighting all this censorship and everything else, so I don't have a whole bunch of viewers. You don't care if I send one viewer over to you, or 2 viewers, small amounts of viewers, right? You care about these heavy channels, right? The channels that are, you know, that's how much hypocrites people are. They want to say, oh, we care about this and that, but you only care if it's going to help your views. You don't care that you already have this number of viewers that you could help other people. That's my problem. But at the end of the day, the problem is our rights. How important are our rights? And we got to understand that. Okay? Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We got some other subjects we want to get on, but sometimes we just got to clear our minds. Whiskey and I take our walks and speak about it. But we got some other issues we want to try to make better videos, but whatever. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep all of his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God will bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. See ya.